How's that for a sweat, Suns fans? Leading by as many as 21 points in this game, Dallas surges back in the fourth quarter, outscoring the Suns 35-25 in the fourth to make things interesting, but not quite interesting enough. Suns take the 1-0 lead following this W. DeAndre Ayton had 25 points. Devin Booker pitched in 23. Chris Paul stat-stuffing with 19. But Luka Doncic, 45 points in the loss, doing everything he could, but everything simply was not enough as Dallas now trails 1-0 heading into Game 2. NBA insider Bill Reiter here to break this one down. Bill, was sort of a non-issue about 3 quarters into this one. They were talking about Game 2 already on the broadcast, and then Dallas makes things interesting down the stretch, but Phoenix does come away with the win, the cover, and everything else. Your headline emerging from this one is what?
The Phoenix Suns are really, really tough as a team. Almost a 50-40-90 game. 1 3-pointer away from having a 50% field goal shooting night, 40% three-point shooting night, and 90% free throw shooting night. But on the other side of the equation, man, when you got Luka Doncic, you never know what can happen, even as you noted at the end of a game that seemed out of hand. That guy is an individual beast, and he's going up against maybe the best team in the NBA.
I want to dig into Luka here in a moment, but going on the winning side first, the Suns, our producer Rich, gave me a very interesting stat here. Now 52-0 when entering the fourth quarter with a lead. They have not given up a fourth quarter lead yet this season. What does that tell you about the mettle of this team and the ways that they get the job done?
Yeah, I think it's a few things. I mean, what it tells you is that these guys are probably the favorites to win an NBA championship this year, certainly out of the West for a reason. I think it's a combination of several factors, Joe, that literally, as you noted, makes them unbeatable when they've got a lead entering the fourth quarter. Chris Paul is the best floor general in the game. This is a Phoenix team that is remarkable defensively. I just talked about their offensive output on the night, but man, they can play defense. And the fact they made that run to the NBA Finals last year, obviously they would have preferred to have beaten the Milwaukee Bucks, but that experience, having been through the trial and the fires of that run, put it all together, and these guys understand they have the tools and they have the experience to know how to hold on to those leads when they get them.
Luka Doncic, as you noted, spectacular in this game. 45 points, 12 rebounds, 8 assists. It was not enough, and we've almost become desensitized to it. This is what we expect out of Luka, regardless of the point in the season. He's a Ferrari amongst Ford Escorts, if you will, Bill. He simply does not have enough help to get it done here in Game 1. What does he need to do differently? Does he need to facilitate more? Does he need 55? Like, what is the answer to the question posed here by the Phoenix Suns in Game 1?
Yeah, I'm not sure that Luka can give you much more. I think it's a Jason Kidd issue. And what needs to happen, and it's funny you bring that up, Joe, because I was watching the game, and it struck me watching Luka play and his dominance and how his team responded remind me of some of those LeBron James teams over the years where they're in such awe of his ability, they just sort of stop and watch. And take Jalen Brunson as an example. He needs to be engaged in the basketball game and understand, even though the Luka's going to have the ball in his hands a ton and Luka's going to get 30 or 40 or 50 maybe going forward, Jalen Brunson and frankly all the guys that are part of that Mavs team have to be more involved, more active, and give more. I'm not sure Luka can do much more than he did. He needs help. We saw from Brunson in particular that he can offer that help when Luka's not around. This Mavs team, at least as currently constructed, has got to figure out, despite how great Luka is, how to get involved and offer a little more help to their superstar.
I feel like there's going to be plenty of people on the East Coast waking up saying, how'd that game get so close? And it really was not enough here from the Mavs, but maybe they left themselves some breadcrumbs there in the fourth quarter to follow towards a victory later on in this series. What can they take away from that 10-point advantage in the fourth? What did you see them do differently that they can maybe carry over into Game 2?
Yeah, I think there were 3 things that they did over the course of that run, and 2 of them were very different. Obviously, Luka Doncic was great down the stretch, but he was all game. We just talked about that. Jalen Brunson got a little bit more involved, didn't have a great night, but he had some key buckets toward the end. But I think the main thing, Joe, was the defensive intensity and effort and energy and focus and a willingness to put in the tough work defensively for Dallas. Now, can they do that for 48 minutes of a basketball game? Probably not. They certainly haven't over the course of the regular season. And that's against a Phoenix Suns offense that is really, really dangerous. But that grit and that effort on the defensive end that helped them cut that lead and almost put a scare into those folks who were, I guess it did put a scare into those folks who had a Phoenix Suns ticket at +6 or -6. I mean, that's what they've got to do, if not for 48 minutes, for 24 or 30. If they can play that level of defense and they can pressure and press a little bit that Suns offense, maybe they knock them off balance enough to try to steal one.
And it was a good sweat until the very last drop. Bill Reiter, we appreciate you, my friend. All right, here's a look at that series schedule. Game 2 coming your way, just one day of rest on Tuesday. Wednesday, they will match up again in the Valley. That's coming your way at 10 Eastern before the series shifts to Dallas on Friday. Plenty of hoop to be played, and maybe Dallas found a little something in the fourth. Only time will tell between these two.
Do you want a sports network that delivers everything that matters about the game? The highlights, the picks, the instant analysis, no yelling, no fake debates, no politics. Hit the subscribe button and never miss a moment.